Pakistani. He doesn't know what flag he wants to represent. This is the first time he's ever used the Palestine flag. He said so. I'm confused with this man. You know what? The only thing he can say is of Allah. Or you know what I'm saying? Hamdu Allah. That's all he says is Hamdu Allah. He doesn't know anything else in that language. Not another word. Not another fucking word.
Originally, I think. What is he?
Yeah,
Saudi,
he's Saudi
Arabian,
that's what
I
I'm saying.
believe.
Like he makes no sense.
No, I think he's Palestinian. Like his family's from Palestine, and then this whole thing happened.
Yeah.
Now it's like you gotta rep it. I mean, their fucking whole country's
The bombing
getting
won't
bombed
stop
every day,
Saturday
so
because he's losing that belt.
I'm clipping that shit out. And we're live. Welcome to another episode of Under the Canvas. I'm Ken with my co-host Nick and a special guest here, our guy Casey.
Casey Johnson in the
help.
building. Yes, sir.
Yep. It's gonna help us put some money in your pocket and hopefully pay your guys' mortgages because we got a lot of broke people out here in this recession is going crazy. So
Hell yeah. Right. Ken, how you doing, bro?
Chilling, man. You know, just came in, got rushing from home from work. Made sure I wasn't late for you guys. So what about you?
Ken's rich, guys. Don't forget. He's rich.
No, he says this shit every time. I would not be doing this if I was rich.
Don't forget. Don't forget. But no, we're good. Right before we hopped on here, guys, Ken was telling me that like he was just gonna buy tickets to the UFC pay-per-view, but he didn't because I
looked at the card and it wasn't worth it.
It wasn't worth his money, he said.
Montreal.
To go to camp.
Go for the city alone. City of Montreal is dope for me.
For real.
Yeah. I mean, I love that's basically the main reason because I love Montreal. And then I looked at the plane ticket; it was like $400. The cage side tickets are only $400 because it's Balal.
Yeah.
Anywhere else, it would be like $3,000 just to get in anywhere near the cage. So
yeah, but it's
not worth it. It's not worth it, especially since what's his name is out of there. Gilbert
Burns and
out.
Michael Morales.
Yeah, they took that fight out, so it wasn't really worth it for me. But
Ken, let's go over this last card, Ken. Let's go over this last card.
Yeah, because we got some thoughts on that one.
For real. I didn't do too hot on this one.
Yeah.
No, me and both.
Here we go.
So starting off, we got Sandhagen Figueroa. We're not going to go over the first fight, the main fight first. Let's talk about this Jeremy Stephens fight.
I watched this with Casey.
That would surprise me.
Yeah, I watched this with Casey. Let me tell you, very fucking entertaining fight right here. They ended up signing Jeremy Stephens after this fight. Fun fact. Let me tell you, Mason Jones, he got cut from the UFC for being boring. This fight wasn't boring. Obviously, after two exciting rounds, to have the third round go the way it did was a little bit of a letdown. But I get it, right? Like, you were cut and you just want to make sure you secure the win. But, like, let me tell you, it was fun. Jeremy Stephens brought it in his hometown, made it entertaining. But Mason won the fight. He won it fair. I'm excited to see where he was once a big prospect, you know, but then he got boring, so they cut him. So let's see how it works the second time around.
I forget, who did you have? Who did you pick on the?
I picked Mason Jones KO or points here.
KO. Yeah, I think we didn't have any respect for Jeremy Stephens just because he was bouncing around. We needed the bare knuckle. We thought he just wasn't fighting anyone high level. But I mean, he showed out, man. He showed up some heart. But same old thing, man. He just gets fucking battered. I think he's gonna have another fight. And he's just gonna get the hell out of there.
Oh, stop! You're such a hater, bro. Damn, man.
He now has a UFC record for the most losses of all time.
Exactly.
Which is kind of impressive because if Dana and Mick, all those guys, keep on rolling him out there as the most losses of all time, he's got.
Bro is 28-20.
Yeah, he's got to be. I mean, like, if they keep on rolling him out there, it just tells me that he's entertaining. So, I mean, at the very least, keep him in there. If he wants to go big fights, he's Jeremy Stephens, man.
He's what Michael Chandler is gonna be in 10 years.
Yeah. Your boy, Michael Chandler.
Yes, I love Michael Chandler. I love him. It's always entertaining.
Fuck that.
You're such a hater, bro.
All right, so moving on. Just like we predicted, Montreal came out with the win here. If he used his range, kind of outstruck Daniel. Daniel looked a little confused. I was surprised that he didn't come forward as much as he usually does because Marcos bangs.
Yeah.
He loves to come forward, but I just think that it was a little bit of a boring fight. I won't lie, but just the distance and just the management by Montel definitely bothered Marcos.
Correct. Montel Jackson to me is very like he reminds me a lot of Randy Brown for this weight class. He's just a lot longer than everybody else. But he has a number next to his name now. He's 16-2. Like he's on a 6-fight win streak. He's the real deal. I think he's someone that goes under the radar that nobody really thinks about. But we should start bantamweight needs some new blood, and that's a guy that can be a contender. He's a tough fight.
Yeah, he definitely needs to start striking a little more though, instead of just trying to pull out these decision wins because it's starting to get a little boring.
Yeah.
His output is not high, like 22 strikes, 23 strikes. I mean, the fight in total wasn't a great fight, and maybe it was just because he was scared of Marcos and just the power that he has because he could put anyone's lights out. But I think his previous fight, I forgot who he fought. Oh yeah, I mean that's a fucking great win versus Blackshear. That's aging pretty well here, but no, he's coming up. He just needs to go attack a little more, be more aggressive.
As you guys can see, it's very tough to impress Ken out here. Ken is not easily impressed. All right.
Nah. These last couple of cards, bro.
No, this card was so bad. I was at Casey's house that I left early. Like I literally looked at him and was like, "Bro, like I'm all set."
Super disappointing, bro.
Starting to sleep a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, man. I mean, like we still had like Bo Nickel and then Sandhagen and Figgy have they have potential and all that. But the only fight that really woke me up towards the end of the night really was Daniel Rodriguez and Ponzinibbio. Like that was, a while for them to really get going. But I mean, third round knockout finally woke me up a little bit.
Yeah, let's jump into that. Yeah. Shout out to D-Rod, bro. Shout out to D-Rod.
For sure.
He needed
fucking MS-13
he
out
needed
here.
it bad, bro. He was talking about today. He was on the Hawani show talking about his gang ties and shit, and I was just like, yo, like this dude has always been the guy that looks so scary but fights so soft, and to see him go out there and get the knockout, bro. I mean, Ponzinibbio was on the way out, but it was awesome because he was arguably losing up until that point too. Like it was 1-1. He knocked him the hell out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that video of him when he's screaming and then you could just see Ponzinibbio in the background trying to get up.
He ran straight into the cage.
That was crazy. Yeah. And Daniel's not known for having power like that, so
no.
That Santiago needs to think about kind of retiring because he's getting a little too chinny the last couple.
No,
fights,
I agree.
Where he gets touched, he gets cracked a little bit, and he's like stumbling around for no reason.
When he's 38, he's taken over the mic for the Spanish broadcast a lot more often. He's usually
does a great job, by the way. Yeah.
I have no idea what he's saying, of course, but but yeah, he does do a good job. He knows the game pretty well. He's always down to fight. But yeah, he's what is he, 38? He's kind of,
he's 38.
I respect the career. I think he should go out on top. Maybe give him one more legacy fight, and you never know. I mean, like one of his fights might make it into the Hall of Fame. He's got some good wins, got some great knockouts, some good fights. He's Ponzinibbio.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and then just keep Daniel as kind of a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
If you want the new up and comer, if they want to get in that top 15, just put Daniel in front of him, see if he can crack him and get into that top 15.
I like it.
Yep. And what I like about Daniel in that one too is like it kind of shows he like you say he doesn't have a whole lot of finishing power, but he can make it nasty if he wants to, man. Like if it's down 2 rounds or if it's 1-1 and he's got the guy in front of him, he can hit you with that big one, man. Never count him out.
Yeah, yep, he won't quit. He won't quit, especially like I know that Ian Gary, like that knockout was it was a head kick, whatever, but he didn't quit that whole fight. I remember the Gaslam fight. It's always a war with Gaslam, but like you said, he's not going to back down. Yep. So that was the only real highlight of this fucking card. Because if we go up to the next fight,
here we go. Here we go.
Here's the rant.
Here's the rant. Here's the rant. Buckle up. I told y'all, and I said it on this thing. This boy is a fucking. I said it. Fraud alert. This is what happened. He went and fought Paul Craig, and then he let these people in his corner convince him that he was an elite striker. This dumbass bitch We fucking signed you because you're one of the greatest wrestlers in the world. Like literally, that's why we signed you. Like you're one of the greatest like wrestlers in your like not forget weight class. Period. And these last couple of fights, he fought Val Woodburn, who is as good as fighting fucking me or you off the street. And he knocks him out and he gets all fucking hype. And then he fights Paul Craig and fucking it's jab, jab, jab city. And then he goes in and this is guy's experience. And you know what? I don't want to take anything away too from RDR. And I'm gonna get to him in a second. But Bo Nickel needs to go back to the drawing board, fucking realize what got you in here and stick to it. You're not a striker, brother. You're not. You haven't fought anybody to that level. I don't ever want to hear you mention Hamzat or none of these Dagestanis until you fucking figure it the fuck out. But I'm done talking about that bum. I'm talking about RDR now. RDR has come into this company, all right? And he has been awesome, and people need to talk about him more. He fucking finished Mearshart, he finished Kevin Holland, and he finished Bo Nickel. Back 3 finishes in a row and 3 tough opponents, back to back to back to back.
Yep.
So we need to start giving him some fucking respect. I don't care that it was Bo Nickel and he wasn't ready. This guy is the real deal, dude. He's really good, and that's the end of my rant. Go ahead, Casey. Say what you got to say.
And 4 in a row if you go back to his days at UAE Warrior.
Yeah,
Good program. Good, not program. It's a good program.
organization. It's a really good
Promotion, yeah.
promotion. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, the only issue that I see with Bo Nickel is there's like no progression. I don't know if it's from I don't know. I don't want to say that he's not trying or he doesn't care or he thinks he's too good. I don't know what it is in his camp or his coaches, because if you look at his corner, like he has a great corner. He's at top team over there in Pennsylvania now that they opened a new facility. It's just that he hasn't been putting it together. And like we've always been saying, you're a top tier wrestler. And we know how American wrestling transfers over to the UFC. It really doesn't. There's been no American wrestlers that have been good in the UFC except one, which is Daniel Cormier. So
Yeah, you know?
I don't know if that's the only person, DC. Everyone else, the Dagestani and anyone else that has no wrestling background can out wrestle you if you have American wrestling background. So that's my only issue with him. But the one thing I will say though is all his wins, they have come with like a little backlash, like that Woodburn, what's his name,
Val
Woodburn?
Woodburn.
I don't even
Val
know his name.
Woodburn.
People gave him shit for that because it was someone off the street. The Paul Craig, he was just fucking pit patting around doing nothing, and that Cody Brundage fight, no one really cared about it.
It's just
So this was his fight to like show out a little bit. And the thing that gets me is that there was no like lethal hit that I saw, at least. I didn't see anything that was dangerous. I kind of saw like a little hit to the head and then a knee, and he just folded like a lawn chair. So I don't know if that's like his warrior mentality. I don't even want to say that shit because it kind of sounds stupid, but
bro.
it just looked
When
like
you
he
hear
quit to
him
me.
speak, like you could tell, like it's
Yeah.
not there. Like he literally before the fight was like, "Bro, you guys have to understand. Like I'm an elite striker in this middleweight class. Like, and I'm like in my head, I'm like, bro, who's telling you this? Like who is like your striking can get better, but you're not an elite striker in this class. You're not." And like I was like, I don't understand it. Like when he came up through the contender and stuff, he was throwing on subs from any angle. Like he was electric, exciting as shit. And
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
now
yeah.
he's just like, bro, he won't even go for the takedown. He went for one this fight and it got reversed. Like I was just like, bro, like what? I don't understand what he's doing out there. I don't get it. His corner, like I just don't get it. I think they're just wasting. He still has potential. I think he has a
He
fucking
does.
boring personality though. Like I just don't see star with Bo Nickel. Like I don't want to get behind him at all. The guy fights twice a year.
Yeah.
It's just to me like I'm not getting anything exciting. I used to be a huge Bo Nickel guy. I was so fucking like Bo, all pro
Same.
Bo, and like I don't know. How do you feel, Case?
Look at it. This is probably the first time he's actually fought somebody that could actually strike. So he might have been a little bit excited over the big knockout over Woodburn. Dating back to his Contender Series fight against Beard, he got him into a triangle. But if you look back on it, I mean it was was a fighter that wasn't on his level. It was a fighter that took it on short notice and kind of popped him on the ground for the first time. So he might have a little bit of delusion when it comes to like, his actual hands. His mother was a boxer. So he was fed, he's probably fed, like a little bit of striking growing up and all that kind of stuff. But this is really the first time he's actually been hit. So he probably got hit that first time, and he's just kind of I think it was
like nah.
I mean, like at the very end, I mean, like it could be good for him. Not completely, on board with him because I see him face some more strikers. I mean, Paul Craig's not going to outstrike you. Cody Brundage not going to outstrike you. Jamie Pickett, we know, he's not going to outstrike you. So give him a couple tests in that category, and then I could kind of make a judgment from there. But I respect the opinion. I mean,
what would you guys say if I thought that he should move down? He should go to welterweight because he looked small in there too.
I wouldn't be. I'm not opposed.
He always looks small to me for being a middleweight. I mean, I know RDR is like 6'4". He probably walks around at 230. The dude is huge, but if you think about the top 5 in middleweight, aside from Reaper, everyone is 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", all strikers basically. What are we talking about? I think he should. Yeah, I think he should move down. I think he should maybe think about moving down in weight. 170 seems like more of a natural weight for him, and he may be able to start wrestling a little bit more because he could overpower people.
It's an interesting point.
What do you wrestle at? Can he make the weight consistently, stay strong? Can he do all that? That's the question.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know what he wrestled at.
I don't, yeah. Let's see.
Because I know
Lily, I'm on a podcast, baby girl. That's it. Sit down.
Oh, yeah, he wrestled at middleweight, 184. He wrestled at 174 and 197. So three weight classes. So he can make the weight.
Have him go fight at 157.
Yeah, have him go to 205 and see what happens. That's not gonna work out.
And then
no, but aside from Bo Nickel, man, RDR,
bro, he needs to he needs a number, and I want to see him against a ranked opponent. Give him like him who's in middleweight, like him and give me the middleweight rankings here.
Let's see.
Like him and Delidze would be a lot of fun.
Yes.
Book him and Delidze.
Yep, Delidze might be looking up. That's the only issue with that fight.
Yeah, because he just won.
Give him Cannonier.
Cannonier would be good. I mean, if Paulo Costa wants to come back and ever come back in here, Brendan Allen, the fucking loser that he is. Don't get me started with Brendan Allen. But Casey, Brendan Allen refused to come on our podcast because he said he was too busy with camp. But it was we got him while he was, and then I called him a fucking loser, and then he lost again. So, anyways, but yeah, we could do that. Fluffy just came off a win too, right?
I believe so.
He did.
Him and Fluffy would be interesting because I think the wrestling cancels each other out. So that'd be really interesting too.
On the feet, I bet you he's got Fluffy on the feet. I don't know if that would be a great matchup for him, just because I don't know exactly what he's going to get out of that other than the number. I'd love to see him fight up a little bit, though. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if Fluffy is wants to look down because he just got to 9. He just beat Brendan Allen. He just got to 9. I think he's thinking up. So you got to look at people that are trending down. I mean, if you throw, like I said, a Jared Cannonier in there, like you said, a Delitze, or even Apollo Costa or someone like that, where they're kind of trending a little bit.
But I agree with you. I just like I said, I think he just needs to get his respect because like I feel like everyone this week's like, oh, what an upset, and I'm like, bro, to him it's not an upset. This guy's been fighting longer than Bo's ever been training. You know what I'm saying? For him, it was like he already knew this was like he's really fucking good, bro. Like he's really really good. Bo was a minus 380 going into the fight. Like this guy like killed a lot of
What are we
come
talking
on now, come on.
All right, so moving on here to the title fight. I got one question for you guys. Does Corey Handsagen get the next title
Corey
fight?
Corey Sandhagen does not get the next title fight. No. No.
He's been around. He's been around for a while now. It might be a now or never kind of thing as far as matchmaking is concerned. Like,
I feel like
it was unfortunate the way that it ended. He was kind of beating the brakes off of Figgy there. I actually said before the fight started. I know Nick had gone to bed by then, but I woke up for this fight just before the event, and I remember saying make this card a little bit worse as an injury to end this freaking main card. So or the main
Literally,
sure.
Well, according to Corey,
no.
he did this
He
on
was
purpose. He popped his
he
knee on
was
purpose.
injured, bro. He was fucking
There's so
injured.
much. There's so much going on with the legs. They had each other's legs wrapped up. There are a couple, heel hook attempts. I
For
don't know
me,
what Biggie was doing from the ground and all of that, but it's kind of ironic that he ended up with the one with the twisted knee. But
I can't give him a title shot because Peter Yan just beat Figgy, and Corey just beat Figgy, and Peter Yan beat Corey. So for me, it's just like, well, then to me, like either
Yeah, but that fight was a little that him and Peter Yan, that fight. Corey took that on like 3 weeks notice, and it was like a
but he
fluky like
lost. So for
spinning.
me, it's like how does Peter Yan get
Yeah.
skipped? Because it's almost the same thing as Casey was saying for Sandhagen. Like for Yan, it's like a now or never type of thing too, because he's had his shots. So for me, it's either you have to put the two of them against each other for a rematch for a title eliminator, or figure it out. Because how could
Mhm.
you say Peter Yan doesn't deserve his shot when he's ranked higher and beat the same guy that Corey just beat? To me, it's just like that's not fair.
yeah, the tough argument would also be he is. I mean, before the Figgy fight, he lost to probably the contender Umar.
Yep.
And then, but he has a couple good
Right.
fights since then. I mean, like he has an argument for one. Peter Yan, he took on short notice, but that was also number one coming off a loss, but it was also almost 4 years. Now it was 21. Next time he fights, it would be just about 4 years, October, sometime in the fall. We'll probably see him
Yeah.
sometime, probably not as a main event, but he has an argument. But the loss to Umar kind of, I mean, good Umar.
That's
That
the
is
And
issue.
to me, we can't forget about Umar either, because yeah, Umar just lost his title fight, but who's his bounce back fight gonna be? Like somebody he has to fight somebody in there. Is it Song? Like who's it gonna be? Because Sean and Marab are fighting, so that title's locked up for a little bit there. So between Yan, Umar, and Corey, they got and Song. People forget about Song Yadong, but Song Yadong is charging up there. They got to figure that shit out. They got to figure that shit out. There's got to be some eliminators in there.
yeah.
Yeah, I just don't see Umar not fighting for the title. Like I don't see him accepting a
Umar
fight if
has
it's
to
not
fight.
for the
Umar
title.
has to fight
Because who's he
someone
gonna
else
fight?
first. He has to fight someone else first. He got dominated in the last couple rounds there.
No, I agree with you, but I just don't think
Well, good
that's what he
luck.
wants to do.
Good luck to him.
Yeah,
Who's next?
yeah.
I mean, it's
So like let's say Marab
The-
beats Sean. Do you just do the Sean and Sandhagen fight? That's probably the
that's
and
biggest fight in that
I don't
division.
think they fought yet either. Yeah, that's a great
They've never
fight.
fought. They've
That's
never
a great
fought.
fight.
yep. But also, with that being said, is your guy Song Yadong? Corey took care of Song. It was doctor stoppage, winning the fight, but Sandhagen
Did.
also
Yeah.
has been one of the few guys in that division who's not run into Marab yet. So that is a fight
Yeah,
to make at some point, no matter if it's for a title or not for a title, somewhere down the line. It's a fight to make. But I love
that's true.
the Sean and Sandhagen matchup because obviously, like we know about Sean's ground game. It's not the greatest, but he can kind of hold his own down there. Sandhagen, I would assume that would be kind of a big part of the game plan. But Sandhagen's just so crafty. I'm interested to see how Sean.
I agree. Side note before we jump into
Yeah.
this next card, though,
And
Ken, doesn't Volk look so sexy over there with that belt around his shoulder? I just love seeing that shit. That makes me feel so
yeah.
good.
Let's go Volk,
And
bro. Yeah. Order restored. Now we just need to
that's
get this
next.
fucking
We're
fool out of
handling
here.
that next. But I'll save my thoughts for as we jump in. Jump in, Ken. Give me that. Give me that
Yeah.
lineup for the main card.
All right. So moving on here. Let's go to
Boom,
the
boom, 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 boom.
cut all this shit out.
Oh yeah.
All right. So we got UFC 315 in Montreal. The card that Nick's going. He's gonna be there
No,
sideline.
fuck, I'm not.
Mohammed versus
I'm,
JDM here. Do you
no,
want to
I
go over
mean
the
no.
whole
We can
card
go
or
over the
kind
main card,
of
but let's see if we can highlight a prelim or two that we're excited about here. Um,
This one,
Mike
this
Mallet
Mike Mallet
always
fight.
brings it.
Anytime Mike Mallet's on there,
Mike Mel.
yeah. This is my Michael Chandler here. You know why? Because he doesn't get beat up. Because he actually wins the fight.
Guy's named after a hammer. His name is.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Modestus and Kutalaba is a fight that
Those two.
people would look up. People are gonna look that over, but somebody's getting knocked the fuck out in round one. So just get ready.
Yeah.
Gonna be the best.
Yeah. And then we got the white Israel Adesanya versus Ivan East.
What were you saying, Case?
This guy, I don't know why this guy just looks like Izzy to me, but he's like white. No, they're in the same camp.
Really?
Though.
Yes, he's a city kickboxing kid. Yeah, but Jasmine, what's her name? Jazuvigius, whatever her last name is. That bitch is good, ladies and gentlemen. She is fucking good. She's really good.
Time to she's not on her way out completely, but I mean, like she's taking a better title fights.
She's trending down.
But Jess Andrade at plus 240. I know Jasmine Jazz is the she's got her family and friends there, dude.
Those odds are a little crazy, but Jasmine's on a fucking roll right now, man. She really is.
I love the decision.
Yeah, I'll take
that.
All
right, let's get into this main card.
All right, so I don't think we're gonna really highlight any of these. Let's just jump.
We'll start off with this. This is sad. Obviously, we had. But let me tell you. I have a little mini rant because Mr. BSD right here was offered a replacement fight of what's his name? Oh my gosh, Matus Gamrot. He was offered Gamrot. Gamrot was able to make weight, and Benoit said no, which kind of that irks me a little bit, because now he's fighting. Who the fuck is this guy? I get he's from Canada. I have never heard of this. I never heard of this man in my life. So I bet you Benoit. What's the odds? Like minus a 1,500. Like
I was gonna.
I was just gonna say, are you gonna take Kyle? He's at plus 650.
No thanks.
I might.
he's gonna kill him. So for me, Benoit, it's kind of disappointing. Obviously, Benoit and who was supposed to fight? It was supposed to be really good.
Joel actually supposed to be the favorite in that fight.
Yeah, Joel Alvarez. That would have been such a great fight. But yeah, now we get this to open the card. It's not gonna be as fun, but hopefully he gets his finish. But yeah, it's not even for me. It's not even worth. Obviously, we're going BSD here, but yeah.
The thing is, BSD to be finished bust with him, man. Yeah. I mean, if he's fighting a guy on short notice, it's a heavy favorite. Especially saying no to a contender, he's got to finish this guy. I mean,
yeah, you got to finish.
That's
you can't go out there on a boring decision. I think this is, like you said, this is just setting up a tee for him. Just tune-up fight because he's been on a slide. Because I remember a year and a half ago, he before the who did he fight?
Who Moicano?
No, before
Dustin.
Yeah,
Dustin. Before the Dustin fight, everyone thought BSD was going to be the next. But
he fought some fucking killers though.
It's one of those things.
He did, but
he important with everybody else.
Yeah, but he hasn't recovered.
And he fought Dustin Poirier with a staph infection. I might add.
Yeah,
like an idiot.
That's a whole nother story, which me and Nick don't fucking understand every time. Yeah, they think they're gonna fucking hide the staph infection, and and they show up with a picture smiling.
But yeah, I think we're all three of us are in agreement here. But BSD.
Yeah,
for sure.
This is tough, right? I love Alexa Grasso. You know what I'm saying? I do love her. I think she's a little overmatched here with Natalia. I think Natalia just throws out a little bit more volume. I think Alexa got her.
I'll update.
So, back to what I was saying. I'm a huge Alexa.
Yeah. Well, what did you say you were going to do to Alexa
Grasso? I said that
Grasso?
I would drink her bathwater is what I said. But yes, I think she's a little outmatched here. I think she had her moment, and I'm so happy she got it, where she beat Valentina, and then gave her a very competitive second fight. Um, but I think Natalia Silva is really really good. I think the volume is there. I don't think Grasso is going to be able to take her down. And I think that Natalia just throws more. I think that this is the young prospect going against the vet. It's which is weird to say when it comes to when it comes to Grasso, but yeah, I see Silva. I see Silva winning this one, pretty easily, 3-round decision. Yeah.
Decision. How about you, Casey?
Decision. Yeah. So I mean, we're basically going to find out if like that trilogy theory that takes a lot out of like a real good veteran fighter. We're going to kind of see if that kind of takes a toll on Alexa Grasso. We're going to find out. When you think about like Volk, think about Izzy, those guys. They're just take their first loss or they have a trilogy fight or something of that nature. They're just not the same. Regardless, I know Volk found his way back. Izzy came back, beat Pereira, but there's just something that it takes out of you, like when you have like that kind of ring around the rosy with one person. Natalia's 28, hasn't lost since 2016. She won 12 in a row. She beat Jasmine Jazz, a younger Jasmine. Viviana beat Andrade. She's good everywhere. But what was Monday?
Cinco de Mayo. Let's fucking go Mexico.
So the thing is like Cinco de Mayo, Grasso, boxer. I'm taking Grasso.
I like it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Like it might be one of those things where we just might see, we might be in one of those scenarios where we have like the same fighters fighting at the top for a little while. I'm not saying Natalia shouldn't be the favorite. She should be. She's great. May she win the fight, of course. But I mean, Grasso's just so world class.
Okay.
It's tough to bet as an underdog. So
yeah, Cinco de Mayo. Yeah. No, I agree. I think one thing about Grasso is, and we haven't seen with Silva, she hasn't been tested with any of her fights. And I think Grasso's going to take her there.
Yeah.
Because I know Natalia, her kicks are crazy. She throws a lot of strikes, but Grasso's going to take them. One thing we know, she has an iron chin. She's not going to get knocked out. So I'm seeing second round sub.
Whoa!
I think it's going to be second round sub. I'm going to.
Wow.
Same thing, rear naked choke, just kind of similar to what she did with Valentina, where she kind of hits her with a jab or something. It kind of knocks Natalia, knocks her balance. She just jumps on it, because one thing that Alexa does is she jumps on your back, fast as hell, and she's gonna lock that fucking choke in. So, yeah, I'm saying second round choke, and I'm taking that plus 180 for sure.
You got two.
He's number one for a reason, man. And to Case's point too, with that trilogy, the difference between, like, I know you brought up the Izzy and the Volk. They're a little bit older in their career, and I know Alexa's like super experienced and stuff, but I still think she has a little bit to grow in terms of like her skill set. I don't think she's like done everything that she can do, and I think that the issue is that there's only Valentina in the way, and once you get her out of there, I think she's gonna just hold on to the division for a couple more years. Silva's nice, man. Silva's nice.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
Oh man!
Hey. That's the
we got Jose Aldo. It's a hobby here. What was the hobby's last fight? Ken, remind me. I need to see what was his last one that he won.
He won against Munoz, Pedro Munoz. Good win. Good win.
Aging Pedro, but he's aged well. Like he's a good gatekeeper in that division. It's obviously a division. Big one over David Bashra as well.
You know what? Ken, bring me back to the thing. Let me see the odds on this one.
I got Aldo at minus 220.
-2.
This is one where I'm gonna go with the dog. I'm gonna go with the dog here. For me, like I said, Aldo in his last fight, you know what I'm saying? He had a little good. He retired. He came back, and he got an upset win. He looked like rejuvenated. But in his last fight, his age really started to show again. And I think the name plays a lot into the odds here. Um, can Aldo go out there and go to form? Sure, but for me, like, I'm gonna go with the up and coming prospect almost every time against the aging guy. At those odds, I don't see how I couldn't. I mean, Zahabi's pretty skilled. I think it's just gonna be a factor of him just I don't see him finishing Aldo by any means. Um, but I just see him going in there, and Casey's already looking deep. I see Jose Aldo. I see Jose Aldo losing this fight for sure. I think his time is done. I really do.
Not so fast. The aging guy, you say. Aldo, a million more fights than him. I get it, but Aldo, 38 years old. Okay, Zahabi here, he's
Okay.
37. Doesn't have the same, resume or anything like that. I know Aldo's taken more punches over the years, but don't forget, man, it's not like Aldo's like a 42, 43-year-old, like in there just kind of like going through, like trying to relive the glory days. Like Aldo could still win some freaking fights, man.
Yeah,
Like
but we're talking about MMA age. Even if you look at the record, we're talking 32-9 versus 12-2.
You guys also have to
Jose Aldo.
remember he's fighting Ariel Helwani in Canada. Come on now, like
Yeah.
it's gonna.
If it's a
Come on
decision, it's
now.
gonna be for Ariel.
Come on.
Yeah. I like Aldo here. I mean, like he's the favorite. I mean, you can think of him as old. That's fine. He is 38, but I mean, like I still think he would be the better fighter even at this point in his life. He's made for the big stage. Crowd's gonna be absolutely nuts there. It's Quebec. The last time it was there was crazy. He is fighting the hometown guy from Quebec. But I mean, Aldo's Aldo, man. I'm just done doubting him. Bet against him before.
Yeah.
What you got, Ken?
Sure. Why do you guys think that he went away from kicking so much? Like he just doesn't kick anymore. I think that if he kind of started kicking again and using, because obviously when he had that leg kick and just that calf kick, it was along with his striking,
Yeah.
he was amazing. But he started going away from that as he got older and prior for him retiring the first time. I don't know why he's not doing it anymore. So that's my only issue with him is just I feel like it's just going to turn into a boxing match, and I don't know. I did see signs of regression from his last fight, like Nick said, with his boxing, like his speed, cardio. I don't know if it's going to hold up, but it's hard for me to again pick against Aldo here. So I'm probably going to go with Aldo on a boring decision.
I got you. The kicking. So I'm looking at his last couple fights, matchup wise. Mario Batista, I agree. I don't know exactly. He should be.
You should have kicked the fuck out of him, dude.
Exactly. Should have the living crap out of him. But anyway, John Martinez, that's a tough matchup for him to kick because he is great on the feet. He checks a lot of leg kicks. Maybe that wasn't part of his game plan. Before that was Marab. I mean, you kick Marab once, he's going to look for the takedown, and then you're toast. Which is exactly what happened. So those are the last two fights that he had. Maybe it was a matchup issue, but I completely every time that we sit here on this couch and we've watched Aldo for the last couple of years, I feel like we say the same thing. Yeah, man, like he used to have such a nasty leg kick, and I think he still does, but you got to pull the trigger. Like if he does, I think he can run through this guy. I do.
Yeah. All right. All right, Ariel. We'll move up. I mean, this was an easy one for me.
This is an easy one for me too, Ken. All right. I mean,
who you going with?
Plus 124 odds. One of the greatest women fighter of all time. Yeah, of course I'm taking Manon. Manon's about to beat that ass. She's longer, bro. I think that Manon has been first of all, she's earned this fight for a long time. I don't know how she keeps getting fucking skipped. She got skipped because of the trilogy, but Manon is huge for this weight class in terms of height, in terms of length. She beat Blanchfield, who's the real fucking deal, who's someone I think can win a belt on her own right. Beat Rose. Like she's beaten everyone she's supposed to. Look at this. Like she's fucking Mayo Brando Silva, Baby Shark. She's beating them all, bro. She's fucking beating them all, and she's like I said, she's tough. She's a very tough fight. I think for Valentina, like it's gonna be tough for her because of the length, bro. Like she has like insane length for this. Like I said, she's really big for this weight class. I really do think Manon's we're gonna be saying and new at the end of the night here. Valentina at plus 124. I can't blame somebody for taking that. Like, I would take that. You know what I'm saying? Like those are great odds for someone of Valentina's caliber. But I think Valentina's at that tail end. I think Manon has been long overdue for this. I don't think she misses her opportunity here. I really don't.
You could say the same thing that I said about Grasso about Valentina. Obviously, it's the same
Yeah.
trilogy I'm talking about, but like, how does she respond
Yep.
now? Valentina as the underdog, chalk line right there. I mean, looks pretty good. It's
It
close to a
is.
pick'em. It is. I do remember Manon. I think she came up in COVID, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken. I remember sitting in my bed watching, you know,
She
coughing
did,
up
yeah.
bricks. But I remember watching her, and I think I texted Nick here, or
Yeah.
you know, we were going back and forth, or I sent you a video or something like that. And it might have even been before the fight. I'm like, who does this look like? And it was very obvious. You know, she's got the blonde hair, spinning back kicks, and all that kind of stuff. She's very comparable.
It is.
It's a great match. It's one of the best matchups in all of women's
I
MMA
agree.
right now. But the ground game, dude, I haven't seen
Yeah.
I haven't seen her on the ground. I don't remember seeing her on the ground. I kind of, until I see it, I have to assume that the ground game is going to have to go
Quick
in Valentina's
grappling.
favor, and I would expect part of the game plan.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Because Valentina, I mean, when she gets to the ground, she goes straight to work. She's not on the ground for too long without advancing. She has a nasty crucifix. She's gotten a couple girls caught in that. I got to see that. I'm going to take Valentina decision. Both girls are extremely tough, obviously. I don't know how many times either of them have been finished. I know Grasso got Valentina.
Manon has never lost
it was
in the UFC, by the way. Never lost in the UFC. Yeah. Yeah.
Never lost.
Never
Yeah.
lost, right? Yep, and she has a great resume. I mean, it's a great matchup. I
Yeah.
understand the odds. The odds are great. There's no bad pick here. There really isn't. But I got to roll Valentina because number one, she's the underdog, and I think if there is a big round that needs to be won, I could see Valentina number one out cardioing and really out grappling.
Okay.
Yeah. I got to agree with Casey on that one too. I mean, if there's such thing as championship medal and just being a champion, because typically when you are the champion, you're just 5% better automatically. I just think that somehow, some way, she's going to use her experience to just beat Figueroa in the decision. One thing we know about Valentina is she doesn't ever use the same tactic once with any of her fights. Like we saw the first Grasso fight, the way she approached it. Then the second one, she's like, all right, fine. I can't strike you. I'm going to try to take you down. That was a draw. And then she kind of changed her approach on the trilogy there. So I think she sees that with Figueroa here, and with Casey saying that she hasn't been tested on the ground. So I think, like you said, she's going to get right to work on the ground. She's going to use her kicks, get her right on the ground there, and try to either sub or just ground and pound. And I think I hate to say that it's going to be a boring decision or anything like that, but I think she's just going to do just enough to kind of edge her out.
Yep.
But I will tell you, man, Furiat, she'll come forward and she's going to fucking throw.
Yep.
But she's going to throw. So Valentina has to be ready for that.
Yep. The most specific prediction I can get is I think this round is going to go. I think this fight's going to go 5 rounds. I think it's close. It's going to come down to a couple close rounds, maybe even early, because I'd fully expect it to be very slow on the first round, maybe probably the second as well. And I mean, my saying that I always say is you got to beat the champ to be the champ. So if it's
right
and it goes down to a judge's decision, I hate seeing a really, really close fight, not a ton of damage, close on the scorecards, and it goes to the underdog. I feel like to beat the champ, you have to really win.
Manon's going to have that crowd behind her. Because that people got to remember the Canada, Canada's French, baby. Canada's French. So she's gonna have that fucking crowd behind her. They're gonna be going nuts. So
yeah. She just has to make it look convincing, like Casey said. You have to really beat her. So we'll see how it goes. But like you said, there's a pick. It's basically a pick 'em. All right.
This is part of Nick's order being restored tour this year. All right, boys. This has been my plan all along. Let me tell you this, Balal. I'm gonna get this out the way first because I'm not gonna say this twice. Balal's a good fighter. All right. He's good in terms of what he does. You know what I'm saying? He's not elite at anything, but he does the stuff that I'm not even gonna say wrestling. He's not even elite at wrestling. I saw him get taken down
I don't
3
know, man.
times by Leon Edwards. But anyways, let me keep going. I'm not even sure. His flag says Palestine. I've seen 3 different flags for this man. I'm not even sure where the fuck he's from anymore. This man became religious once he started training with Islam. But anyway, JDM has been one of the most underrated. I feel like in this division, we talk a lot about Ian Gary and Shavkat Rakhmonov, right? Those are the 2 guys we hear. JDM has fucking won 17 fights in a row. He has beaten everyone that's been in front of him. And he finished most of these fights. Randy Brown, fucking was an amazing win. He's the only one to do that to him. He's the only one.
I think that was his best win, was Randy Brown, because, the way that fight started, Randy Brown was just beating him on length, and he just got inside and caught him. I mean, the names. If you look at the names, Gilbert, Kevin Holland.
Yeah.
Randy Brown, of course. He's beaten some big names, some guys that are dogs, especially those last 2 guys I mentioned. But the Randy Brown,
I agree with you.
Just it almost looked like it was gonna go his way, but it was just so impressive the way that he just found a way. Good defense, and then just caught him.
And let me tell you, for me, that I agree with you 100%. I'm gonna say his Gilbert Burns win though is tied for me for the fact that he broke his arm in the 2nd round. His arm was completely broke. Like the X-ray showed, it was broken, and he still fucking finished him in the next round, with the same arm that was broken. Like, for me, like I was saying, this guy, first of all, look at his nose. His nose is broken. He's never fixed it. He's a fucking bro. He's a dog. He's a dog. I think Balal said yesterday that and I don't believe him for a second, but he said he's not gonna shoot once. That's what he said. I'm not gonna shoot one time. I'm gonna show him my Canelo hands. I'm not gonna shoot once. If this is a boxing match, he's going to get pieced the fuck up. I promise you that. The Bilal's best chance is to wrestle this man, but I told Casey the other day, Balal slept Craig Jones the other day, who's one of the best grapplers in the world. Casey said it was a fluke, but let me tell you, JD, I'm taking JDM. I'm fucking taking JDM. I don't know who I'll take him, but I'm taking. What are the odds?
Balal, a minus
205.
Minus.
Give me fucking JDM. That's my pick. Book it. Go ahead, Casey. For me,
what's your path to victory
he
on
can
this
knock
one,
him out.
Don't.
I really do. I think he can knock him out. I don't see him subbing him by any means. I see him being able to stop the takedowns. I think Craig Jones did an amazing job with Volk when he fought Islam. If y'all notice, with the wrestling and not being able to stay down there, Craig Jones is also training with JDM, same camp. I think, like I said, I think the wrestling's gonna cancel out, and Bilal's gonna have to show us those hands. And I don't think he has the same hands as this man. I don't think it's even close. So we'll see.
So Jack, he's got the power. There's that video you're talking about of him subbing Craig Jones is just legendary video. I hope he takes that thing and post it everywhere. It's incredible. Craig Jones is one of the best in the world, probably one of the best of all time. Jack is the whole package. He's ready. The broken arm, that kind of stuff is the kind of stuff that soon to be champs get away with. Not get away with, but kind of dog through. It just kind of goes to show his mentality. He's ready. He's deserved this shot. Bilal's tough. So here's the thing: is I was saying this past week, man, I've been doing okay. It was not a good Saturday for the boys over here. I mean, we were falling asleep, we were losing money left and right, and all that kind of stuff. I have been atrocious on main events in the last, I don't know, like 3 months. I'm 2-12. Can't hit a main event whatsoever. Something about it, right? So I don't know if I'm overthinking or anything like that, but JDM seems really, really solid. He is at plus 215. I got here, maybe plus 205. I would take him plus money, but give me Balal.
Oh my gosh.
Give me Balal. Dude, he's gonna out cardio everybody that he runs into. The Leon Edwards, I know, is a terrible matchup for Leon Edwards, but Balal did exactly what he was supposed to do. Cardio, wrestling. regardless of all the antics and how people dislike him and all that stuff. He's been working with obviously those guys out in the Middle East. Dude, it's tough to bet against him now. I think he's every good story, and we watch sports to kind of root against the villain. This is one of those fights. Of course, we love JDM, but like, and I don't want to make an emotional decision here. I like Balal decision. I don't think he's going to finish him by any means. Does Jack knock him out? Probably a good 33 to 50% chance. I'm gonna hop on the villain bandwagon
I
here. I
don't
gotta
see
go
it.
Balal.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Damn. See, this is I gotta separate what I want to happen with what is going to happen. I think that's what Casey is doing here,
No,
and I think that's
I
what
just
you're
picked
not
the
doing
smart
here.
ways, man.
And you
These
and
people are
you're
gonna ride with me. My canvases will ride with me. I already know it, so it's fine.
Hey,
and you I think you fail to realize that Bilal is gonna do just it's the same thing that I'm talking about with this Valentina fight.
No,
He's gonna do just enough to win.
mm,
He's going to take some down. He's going to hold them. He's going to test that grappling. And I'm not saying JDM can't grapple because he has that Craig Jones submission. He should hang that up on the wall and everything. But when we're talking about the way Bilal grapples, it's just pressure on wrestling. It's similar to whatever the Dagestanis
but
are doing. And I
what
think he's
scares
learning
me
something
about
from them.
Bilal though is
Um,
like I said, I in the Leon Edwards fight. First of all, that wins aged horribly because Leon's fucking looked fucking awful against Sean Brady.
but I'm looking beyond that. I'm looking beyond that because Gilbert Burns holds himself on the ground. Sean
yep.
Brady
Kept them down
That
there.
was the
Yeah.
most impressive
TKO.
win. That was
Vicente
his most
Luque.
impressive win.
It was very
The Brady. Yeah. And that's
Luque, you
aging
don't know
well.
what kind
Yeah.
of Luque you're going to get. You didn't get the best Luque that night. Can he hold himself on the ground? Is he tough to finish? Hell yeah. Unanimous
Yeah.
decision, 5 rounds. Stephen Thompson does nothing for me. Damian Maya, jiu-jitsu
Maya.
artist,
That's what's
ran right
getting
through
me. I
him.
don't think, like I said, his resume to me is not impressive. It's not. I don't think he has an impressive resume.
Right. I get it. But he's
Yeah, but there's a certain point
done what he's
where
needed to do.
it's becoming kind of undeniable,
I know, but against
and he's
who?
doing
That's
it
what I'm
over
trying to
and
say.
over.
Like
So
he beat Leon, right?
yeah,
And Leon for the first fight against Leon was an eye poke, and then the second fight against the second fight with Leon,
which he was winning.
he went to a decision where he got taken down also 4 times in the fight, and Leon has looked awful his last 3 or 4. So for me, it's just like the Sean
Yep.
Brady thing is the only one where I'm like, but I can almost say that like it's like almost like I won't say it's a fluke, but like for me, it's just like that's the only one in there that doesn't make sense. Gilbert Burns is a tough fight, don't get me wrong, but Gilbert Burns also loses a lot of fights. Let's keep it 100.
But he's just done what he's needed to do.
But
That's the thing.
yeah, I
It's like
agree.
a great should manhandle Leon Edwards for 5
But
rounds.
look,
Is exactly what
Balal fought
great wrestling
Gilbert, right?
all day.
Yeah,
Boring decision. JDM fought Gilbert and knocked him out with a broken fucking arm. For goodness sakes. I mean, like I said, I think in this division, if someone has to be the young gun. One of these three, we have a big three, and the big three is Ian Gary, Shavkat, and JDM. Ian Gary watches other men fuck his wife. All right, Shavkat can't stay healthy. I think JDM is the guy, I think, out of the big three that gets overlooked the most. And I think I'm telling you guys, this is his time. We're going to be hearing Anu. And like I said, Bilal can train with Islam all he wants. He's not Islam. And I think a lot of people get lost in there. Like the wrestling's not the same. The submissions are not the same. Um, I think JDM has prepared a lot with the ground stuff for this. I think we're going to see I think we might even, I'm calling it now. I think we're going to see JDM go for a couple takedowns himself. Um, I think it's gonna make. I think we're gonna be very surprised with how this looks. I could definitely see a Bilal decision. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm saying
yeah.
someone's gonna be the one to break through, and I think JDM's always been that guy that people don't see, but I think he's gonna be the one that breaks through.
So when it comes to breaking through,
Yeah.
there isn't much to break through there because Bilal did just get the belt. So what you're saying is Bilal is going to be he's not going to have any title
Correct.
defenses. How many? I don't know. I don't know the stats on this, but I'm trying to think of how many times in the welterweight class we've had a welterweight take the belt
That hasn't defended. I think they've all
I
defended.
believe so. At least in the time that I have really,
Well, Kamaru
dove
had it
deep
for so
into his
fucking
great.
long.
He did, yep. And then Leon got it, and he deserves it. It was one of the most devastating knockouts, I think. Our room was completely quiet when we watched that. Usman fans, obviously. Usman, sorry, excuse me. But I mean, like, he defended it against Usman.
But for me, like I said, if I'm going, I won't talk too much about Leon because he's not on this card. But for me, I think Leon was a fraud all along. Because for me, let's be honest. Like, Kamaru dominated him for 4 minutes and 45 seconds, and he got like 4 rounds, and he had landed the headshot of his life. Right? He fights Balal. He's losing against Balal and got an eye poke. He then defended against Usman right away, where you could say Usman's at the end now, and he got a decision victory. And then he fought Balal and got fucked up, and then he fought Sean and he fought Kobe Covington in the worst fight ever. And then he fought, you know what I'm saying? Like, for me, it's just like I think he got, sometimes you get dealt a very good hand, and I felt Leon was dealt a very, very good hand.
All right, book it. I'm saying
yes, Ken!
JDM,
yes, Ken!
TKO,
Come on!
body shots, second round.
Damn it.
Body shots, too.
He said he won't go for a single takedown. That's what he said, Ken. No takedowns. That's what he said.
I feel like he said that before. He said that against Leon. I know he did. I mean, he stood on the feet against Sean. I mean, like, I don't know what he's going to do on the ground against Sean. Sean's so good down there. But, I mean, I don't think there's a bad fight. Or, I'm sorry, I don't think that there's a bad bet on this fight. I mean, like, JDM at plus 205. Find me another fight right now where JDM is plus 2.
Plus 205, yeah.
Plus so there's not a bad bet anywhere. I'm going with just, the eye test of just, like, Bilal's running through absolutely everybody. Jack obviously has got the power.
Look at that fucking nose, Casey. Look at that fucking nose.
It's a nose of a killer. Look at the hairline. Look at the hairline on the other side.
That's just a normal Middle Eastern man.
2 years Dagestan. 2 years.
Yeah.
Dude, he thinks he's Dagestani. He doesn't know what flag he wants to represent. This is the first time he's ever used the Palestine flag, he said. So I'm confused with this man. You know what? The only thing he can say is of Allah. Or, you know what I'm saying? Hamdu Allah. That's all he says is Hamdu Allah. He doesn't know anything else in that language. Not another word. Not another fucking word. It's crazy.
Originally, I think, what is he?
Yeah,
Saudi,
he's Saudi
Arabian,
that's what I'm
I believe.
saying. Like, he makes no sense.
No, I think he's Palestinian. Like, his family's from Palestine, and then this whole thing happened. Yeah, now it's like you gotta rep it. I mean, their fucking whole country's
the bombing won't stop Saturday because he's losing that belt.
Yeah, I'm clipping that shit out. I'm clipping that out. Fuck that.
Yeah, be careful. I'm
fucking
fuck.
All right, but that was our review of this upcoming card. We'll give you a review of what happened next week. Hopefully,
Ken, when are you gonna come watch a fight card with the boys, bro?
Otherwise, Nick might be fucking
You'd be
crying.
making every excuse in the book not to come down and watch with the boys. You have nothing going on this weekend. You were gonna go to Atlanta, and now you're not going. So why don't you come down and watch the fight with the fellas? Yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's make it happen on Saturday.
My
watch
boy
JDM
Bill is buying it.
Muhammad,
shout out to Bill
so
Blaney. I know you watch every single show. You loyal motherfucker.
Bill, I need a phone. Bill, I need a phone, by the way.
So
if you're watching.
Bro, it's gonna be me, you, Casey. We'll have Austin, Jay. It's gonna be a full house, Ken. Let's get it. Let's make some money.
Yeah, I'll
yes, sir.
Up in Montreal,
all right, guys.
You know?
Hey. All right, it's episode 13.